Today, we're going to continue and go over some basic self-defense and Hapkido techniques. In the last video that we did, we went over the three basic falls. We had the front fall from the kneeling position, and the side and the back fall from the sitting positions. And we did this so we can get a basic understanding of the actual falls themselves. Now today we're going to go a step further and learn the falls from a standing position. If you are ready, let's start by showing you the front fall from a standing position. So, how are we going to learn the front fall from the standing position? Well, as we said in the previous videos, we'd learned the very basic front fall from our knees. So what we now need to do, we need to progress that. And what we're going to do, we're going to learn it from our kneeling position. Then we'll learn it from like more of a squatting position, and then we'll learn it from when we're standing up. Because the last thing you want to do is try to do this from a standing position and fall. You will then most probably hurt yourself. So we need to gradually build it up. So the other part of this as well is we're doing two things when we're falling forward. We're falling forward and landing with our hands, which is one part which we learned in the previous video. The second part we also need to learn about is what happens with our actual feet. So when I fall forward, what happens with our feet? Our feet actually go backwards. So we'll learn about that as well. So let's get started. So to start with, what we need to do this time is we want to get in a crouching position. And to start with, we're going to learn what actually happens with our feet. Now, with the feet, when we are falling forwards, we're falling forwards, and what actually happens with our feet? Our feet go back to the side. So, what we need to do, we need to learn how to do that. So to start with, all we want to do, we're in a squatting position here, like this. I'm just going to put my hands on the floor flat in front of myself. And then all I'm going to do, my hands are locked out here, and all I want to do with my feet is I'm literally just going to put my feet behind me, like so. So my feet are basically out behind my back, and I'm on the toes of my feet, okay? And what you'll find is they're not going out straight behind me, they're not going to 90 degrees, they're like at a 45-degree angle to my body. Like so, and then I'll bring them back in again. So, I'm in a squatting position, my feet are together, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to put them back and out at the same time, and when I'm doing that, I'm landing on the balls of my feet. And then I come back in again. I come back in to the center, just shoulder width apart, and to my center. Now, the other thing to bear in mind when we're doing that is when we're standing up here, this is my center point. So the center of my body, I have a spot right in the middle of the floor here, as you can see. This goes straight down. This is the center of my body. Now, when I'm going and kicking my feet back, what I need to make sure is that the center of my body doesn't move. All I'm going to be doing is I'm literally, so as you see, this is the center, pick up the spot on the floor here, and all I'm going to be doing, put my hands in front flat, and I'm just going to put my feet out to the side. And as you'll notice, the center of my body, which is here, doesn't move. My feet just extend out to the back. And that's very important when we're doing the front fall, because when we're doing the front fall, we're actually falling, not flying forwards, we're falling forwards with our feet, and our feet, when we're doing the front fall, our hands are going forward and our feet are going to the back, but the center of the body stays in the same place. Which is why we're trying to learn it like this. So as I said, we're just on our balls of our feet, our hands just go out into the front, and keep an eye where the center of our body is, make a mark on the floor there, keep an eye on that, and as I said, all we're going to be doing, we're putting our feet back out, 45-degree angle, they're on the toes of the feet, my feet are fully extended. They're not bent, they're fully extended. And then we come back in again. Come back out, then we come back in again. And you want to do that until you get comfortable with the actual movement of the feet coming backwards and forwards. So that's the actual foot part of it. Now, what are we going to be doing with the hands? Well, what we want to do is, same again, get down into the squatting position. And as you remember before, when we're falling forwards, we're crossing our hands and moving forwards. And we were doing that, like so. So we were falling forwards and landing on our hands. Now, what we're going to be doing this time is we've learned about the feet, we know about the hands. What we now need to do, we need to put them together. So this time, all we're going to be doing, I'm in a squatting position here on the balls of my feet. I am going to go forwards. I'm going to fall forwards as I'm falling forwards like so. At the same time I'm doing that, I'm going to be kicking out to the back with my feet. So I'm going to come forwards with my hands, and at the same time I'm going to be kicking out with my feet. And while we're doing all of that, we're going to be doing it and keeping the center of my body, my center line of my body here, stays in the same point. Right, so we're going to go out with our hands to the front, and we're kicking our feet to the back, and we're keeping the center point exactly the same. Now, as you see, my center point is the same here. My feet went out to the back, my hands came out to the front. And let's try that again. So we're going to hands to the front. We're going to keep that triangle in the front. We turn the head to the side. At the same time we're doing that, we're kicking our feet out 45 degrees and we're landing on the balls of the feet. So all we're trying to do is make a big area. And we come back in again. So as you saw, where hands go down to the front, I turn my head to the side and I kick my feet out to the back at the same time. One more time. We're crossing our hands. And just pause, check yourself for a second there. My feet are out to the side, wide apart, 45-degree angle. My hands are flat, my forearms are flat. And they're the areas of the points which are touching the floor. My palms, my arms, my toes of my feet. And all I'm trying to do is disperse that energy over a larger area. So it goes out and out. And what you want to do, you want to practice that many times to get comfortable with the actual movement of the feet and the falling forwards. So, what we've done so far, we've learnt about kicking out the back, falling forwards. We have done the fall from the squat position. What you then want to do gradually is you want to build it up. Don't go straight into trying to do it from the standing position. We've done it from like the kneeling position. Now what we want to do, you want to do it a little bit higher. So I'd go into like more of a squat position, halfway between kneeling down and standing up. So from here, we're going to do the same again. We're in more like a squat position, hands to the front, and we go down and back up again. And what you want to do, you're same again, you want to just keep practicing that and gradually building the height higher so you get more comfortable as you're doing it. So we've got the kneeling, the squatting, and then gradually once you're comfortable with doing that, then you can do it from the standing position like so. So all you're doing is gradually building it up from the kneeling position, squatting position, and as you just saw then, from the standing position. And that is the front fall from a standing position. Below, somewhere in this bottom left hand corner or maybe the top corner, is a link to the next video on self-defense and Hapkido techniques, so you can go and learn and practice them for yourselves. Why not go check them out? As always, until the next time, 감사합니다.